Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my yoga time. Thanks for joining me today. I have another short feel-good yoga snack for you. A few cleansing twists in this practice as well as a couple of back bends. We're going to release the psoas muscle and also get into the outer hips. So it really is a whole body practice. There is one or two poses that will be a little testing on the knees if you have any knee injuries. So please proceed with caution. Don't push through any discomfort at all. And as always, I ask that you be mindful of your breath. So the quality of your practice is determined by the quality of your breath. Your breath is your barometer. If it's short and shallow, it's a sign that you've gone too far. Remember, when we can witness our breath, the volume on the mind chatter, those busy thoughts, it turns down. We can always influence the way that we're feeling by changing the way that we're breathing. So 2 blocks for this practice. When you're ready, let's begin on all fours. So just a little freestyle to begin with, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You might begin to move through your cat-cow stretches, arching the back as you inhale, rounding the spine as you exhale. And do place the very tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Begin to feel that gentle tone in the back of your throat for Ujjayi breath. So when we tone the back of the throat, it feels as though we've created a direct, narrow channel for the breath to pass. Next time you round the spine, keep it there. And then take your gaze over towards your left. So you want to shorten the space between the hip and the shoulder. And then drop the belly once again. We'll move over to the other side, rounding the back when you get there. And then continue to make that circular motion through the hips. Just noticing any areas that might be a little tight or need a little extra attention today. And come back to neutral when you're ready. From here, we'll lift up the right leg, take it over to the left, looking over your shoulder. So you want to press into the hands, the hip and the heel. And you can either stay there or take it a little deeper if you cross the right hand in front of the left. And come back to center. Let's now cross this right leg behind the left. Feet can go wide. Press the right knee into the back of the left knee. Come up onto those fingertips. We'll round the back and begin to sit back towards the heels. So only coming down as far as is comfortable. Be very mindful of your knees. And when you arrive, take the breath into the back, the outer hip. And let's come back to center. Uncross those legs, moving to the other side. Left leg lifts over to the right. For your ITB stretch. Option to cross left hand over the right for a little more length. And let's bring that left knee in now behind the right. Take the feet wide, up onto those fingertips, round the back, and sit back towards the heels. Well done, yogis. Let's return to tabletop. Uncross those legs. We'll curl the toes under this time. Inhaling into your back bend. Exhaling to round and then lift up those hips. Your first downward facing dog. Feel free to walk the legs here. So as you bend one knee, drop that hip, straightening the other leg. And then very slowly changing sides. And then we'll walk those feet up towards the hands. So when you get there, take a hold of your blocks, just bring them next to the feet, high side up, and we'll inhale halfway. So a little bend in the knees here, a little back bend, and then exhale to fold. Inhaling, chair pose, bend the knees, sink the weight back into the heels, and fold. Half lift, little back bend, shoulders draw back, forward fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. We're going to do that one more time. Gently warming the body with mindful movement, with the breath. Well done. Last half lift. And this time as you fall down, we're going to step the left leg back, coming into a lunge. Dropping the hips. So you want to keep the blocks highest height, hands under the shoulders. Here in the lunge, try and draw your back foot forward and squeeze your right heel back. And then as we move into our forward fold, you can point the right toes to the ceiling. Inhaling into your lunge. Exhaling, forward fold. This time we'll lower all the way down into our lunge. Inhale the arms up. Option to keep the hands shoulder width apart, a little stronger if you interlace the fingers. Either staying here or pressing into both feet, lifting up, high lunge. Feel here as though you're stretching the mat with the feet, you're pressing the feet away from one another. And we'll get a little deeper into that psoas muscle. Right hand's going to take a hold of the left wrist now. Lift up and lean over. Look past your right hip. Well done. Coming up, ground the left foot down, bend the left knee as you straighten the right leg, hands to prayer. And then moving into warrior two. Find a slight angle with that back foot, press into both feet. And side angle pose, right elbow to the knee, option to take your mudra. Sweep the left arm down and then overhead. Feel free to hike up that right heel, tuck the tailbone under, and deepen the breath in the side body. Well done. Lower that heel down, hands to the blocks. You can rock back and step up to the top of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling to fold. Utkatasana, weight into the heels. Try and squeeze the heels together. Forward fold. Half lift. Right leg will step back this time. Dropping the hips. Lower down into your lunge. Moving with your breath, forward fold. Left toes point to the ceiling. Low lunge now. Bring that right knee down to the mat. Take the arms up. Gently draw that right knee forward. Left heel back. A little tone in the right buttock. Option to bring the hands together. A little stronger if you press up to a high lunge now. Here is where the feet move away from one another. Left hand takes the right wrist, lift up, lean over. And let's transition, ground the right foot down, bend in the right knee. Warrior two. Side angle pose. And lower down, hands to the blocks, rocking back, stepping up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive to come all the way up. And hands settling at the heart center. So from here, let's bring the big toes together, heels are slightly apart. We're going to take a twist. So option one, as you bend in the knees, you can take the outer right hand to the outer left knee, left hand to the low back. Otherwise, if you can, you want to hook the elbow around the knee, take the hands to prayer. So keep the right knee drawing back here. If you take a quick look down, you'll notice the right knee is trying to push in front of the left. And this left palm, we want to press it down and try and slide it forward. Gently tuck in the chin and move the neck back a little. And check the quality of your breath. Let's look down now. Weight into the left foot. With control, step your right foot back. So if you are in option 1, you'll be here. Option 2, hands to prayer. And let's lower down both hands to the floor. Option 1, step back into your downward facing dog. Option 2, as you step the left foot back, cross it in front of the right. So left foot will be off the mat now. Begin to pivot the feet. Lift the right hand as you turn the body over. And let's return downward facing dog. And we'll step it up to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Forward fold. Reverse swan dive. So when you're ready, let's bring the big toes together, heels apart, bending in the knees, revolved chair pose, Pavarita Utkatasana. Either left hand to the outer knee, right hand to the low back, or take those hands to prayer. Steady the breath. Preparing for your transition, look down, weight into the right foot, step the left foot back. Here you want to press the feet away from one another. Strong and straight in your back leg. And let's lower down. Either downward facing dog, or as you step the right foot back, cross it in front of the left, pivot the feet, turning the body over. And let's return, downward facing dog. Feel free to hold here. You can always lower the knees into child's pose, or if you would like to take a flow, bring the body forward into a plank position, rounding out the upper back, tucking the tailbone under. Make sure those elbows brush the ribs as you lower down. Either come all the way down into your baby cobra, or roll over the toes into your up dog. So up dog, make sure the knees are not touching the floor. Gently press down through the feet. Try and slide the feet away from one another. Rounding out the back as you return to plank, and moving hips back into your downward facing dog. Let's exhale, knees to the mat. So knees coming together now as you sit back onto the heels. We're going to move into a child's pose with a twist. So some of you might like to use the block here. So your knees are coming together, and we'll take the block to the outside of the left leg. Hands can come over to the left. So option 1, you can take the elbow to the block. Option 2, elbow to the floor, hands to prayer. So again, left palm is pressing down and trying to slide forward. Chin tucks in a little, the neck moves back. And let's release, left palm down. Take the hands over to the right. Left elbow to the floor or to the block. Right palm presses down. And let's release. From here, we'll take those knees wide as the mat. Keep the big toes touching. Little flow here. You can reach those left fingertips back, send the hips forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, take a seat. Right arm can sweep in front of the body, and we'll change sides. Do one more on each side. And let's lower down. Coming forward onto those forearms, straighten the legs, tucking the toes under as you move into your forearm plank. And lower down to the mat, Sphinx pose. It's a very brief neck stretch here. Just take your left ear to the shoulder, lift the chin a little. And then over to the right side. And let's come back to center. We're going to lower down and roll over onto your back. Now, if you have any concerns with your neck at all or your shoulders, feel free to take a little break here. You can take the feet wide, let the knees touch, hands can rest on the belly. Otherwise, you have the option of coming into your fish pose. Now, when you're in the fish pose, I'll encourage you to take your lion's breath. So for that one, we'll inhale through the nose, you'll exhale through the mouth, stick out your tongue, eyes nice and wide. So hands under the bottom, straightening the legs. Bring the big toe knuckles together and press through the balls of the feet. Pull your elbows into your ribs and you should feel your shoulders crowd your ears. From there, bend your elbows. All the weight is in your forearms, lifting the upper body. Gently drop the head back so the crown of the head can touch the floor, but there's no weight in the head or the neck. It's all in the arms. And then when you're ready, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Well done. Tucking in the chin, lowering down, releasing those hands. Well done, yogis. Let's lift both feet up now. Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Option 1, hands to the outer legs. Option 2, pistol grip those big toes. Inhaling the legs out nice and wide. Exhaling back together. And this last time, we're going to cross left leg over the right, crossing at the thighs, bending the knees, squeezing the thighs together, and then lifting the upper body. Lower down when you're ready. Right foot to the floor. We'll take a twist, knees over to the right, using your block underneath for support. Arms out to the side if the shoulders permit. Otherwise, you can always leave that left arm down next to the spine if there's any discomfort there. Let's lift the head and move the back of the head to the right and then turning to the left. And gently deepen the breath in the lower body. I'm going to count your breaths here. We'll practice Vishama Vritti, our uneven breath. So we'll inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6, hold 2. Let's breathe out together. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding, 1, 2. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding, 1, 2. Option yogis to stay exactly as you are. If you'd like to bring in a little back bend into your twist, we'll keep the left knee resting on the block. Straighten your right leg underneath you. Now option 1, you'll find it easier if you roll more onto your right side and prop up the head. We're going to take the right leg back, bend the knee and reach for the foot. Option 2, you might be able to stay low and keep the collarbones facing the ceiling. If you'd like to go one step further, you can straighten the left leg, and if you're able to reach the ball of the foot, take a hold. If not, it doesn't matter. If you do have a hold of both feet, just for a few breaths, I want you to push the feet into the hands and gently draw the hands onto the feet. So you've got a little push-pull action happening in both legs. Well done, yogis. Inhale. And as you exhale, soften that resistance and just gently hold onto the feet. Inhale. And exhale to release. Return to your back. When you arrive, you can hug the knees into the chest. When you're ready, straightening the legs, either hands to the outer legs or pistol gripping big toes. Inhaling. Exhaling, legs together. This is your last one. We're going to cross the right leg over the left leg, bending the knees, squeezing thighs together and lifting upper body off the mat. Lower down when you're ready. Take your twist. Hips can move a little to the right before you bring the knees down to the left. When you arrive in the twist, begin to soften the outer hips, the buttocks. And give in to gravity. And I'll count your next 2 breaths once again. Let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding, 1, 2. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding, 1, 2. Feel free to stay here in this cleansing twist. Otherwise, you can introduce your back bend. Feel free to roll onto your left side if you need to. Otherwise, just straightening that left leg underneath you, taking a hold of the foot. Option to straighten the right leg as well. And only if you've comfortably got a hold of both feet, Take a few breaths, holding that resistance. Find that gentle push-pull. And soften when you're ready. Take one more inhalation. And as you exhale, return to your back. And just have both blocks close by now. And then lift the feet up off the mat. Take the hands to the knees. Arms are straight. Push the hands into the knees. Pull the knees back into the hands. Keep the jaw relaxed. Well done, yogis. Let's lower down into Shavasana now. And I encourage you to have one block under each thigh. Letting the legs fall heavy. Tucking the shoulders under. Softening the forehead. Letting the eyes roll back. Tongue and jaw relaxed. And just be in this spaciousness. Let's begin to inhale a little deeper now. Feel the breath touch the nostrils. And take a deep inhalation and send the breath down your right arm to the fingertips. And breathe down the right leg to the tips of the toes. And send the breath and the prana down the left leg. Moving the breath down the left arm. Where attention goes, energy will flow. Feel free to wiggle toes and fingers. Follow any urges to move or stretch. And when you're ready, roll onto your preferred side. Either taking a few moments there, otherwise just pushing up to seated whenever you're ready. Well, thanks yogis for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed that class. If so, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and not just my channel, but any teacher that you watch on a regular basis. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. And remember, where attention goes, energy flows. That's on and off the mat. So be sure to focus on what you want to achieve in life, not what you don't want. Have a lovely day. Namaste.